Hi everyone, it's Gillian and welcome back to my channel and another crochet tutorial. For today's tutorial, we're working on the iPhone pocket or the iPhone sleeve. And at the end of the tutorial, I forgot to show you what the seam looked like on the outside. So this is the part that was seam, and here is where we fold it. So this is the seam, and this is what it looks like on the outside. As you can see, it's very hard to tell, and I tried a couple different ways to seam it, and this was like the best option. And I don't know what it's called. It's just that something, my grandma was a seamstress, and that's something that she used to use. For this one, when I originally made it, I made two panels and stitched them together. And here you see the seam, and on that side, you can see the seam. And this is what it looks like on the outside. So it's kind of just blends in. It's hard to tell. So that's it. Any more information is going to be in the description box below, so you want to check that out. Let's get started. To begin, you're going to start by placing a slip knot on your hook. And you're going to chain 71. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. For row 1, you're going to skip the first chain, and into the second chain from the hook, you're going to make a single crochet. You're going to make one single crochet into each chain until you get to the end of the row. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 70. At the end of row 1, you should have 70 stitches, and you'll be working with 70 stitches throughout this pattern. That number is not going to change. For row 2, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and that chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. You're going to make one single crochet into the first stitch, and you're going to make one single crochet into each stitch until you get to the end of the row. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 70. You're going to chain 1 and turn. For the next 5 rows, rows 3 to 7, you're going to repeat row 2. So continue making 5 more rows of single crochets, and we'll meet back here. And that is the end of round 7. You want to check and make sure that you still have 70 stitches, and you have 7 rows of single crochets, 2, 4, 6, and 7. For row 8, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and you're going to make one single crochet into the next 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You're now going to chain 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30, 31, 32, 33. You're going to skip 33 stitches, and I already have that marked off where I have my stitch marker. So skip 33 in between, and where I have my stitch marker, I'm going to make my stitch, make my first stitch, my first single crochet stitch. And you should have 27 stitches left. So you're going to make 1 single crochet into the remaining stitches. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27. And that is the end of round 8. For row 9, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and you're going to make 1 single crochet into each stitch until you get to the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 27. You're now going to make 1 single crochet into each of the chains. So there's 33 chains, so you're going to make 1 single crochet into each chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 33. You're now going to make 1 single crochet into the remaining 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that is the end of row 9. For row 10, chain 1 and turn, and you're going to make for row 10, chain 1 and turn, and you're going to make 1 single crochet into each stitch until you get to the end, and you should still be working with 70 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that is the end of round 10. Now you're going to repeat round 2, row 2, which is a row of single crochets for the next 12 rows, and that's going to bring you up to row 22. So go ahead and make 12 more rows of single crochets, and we'll meet back here. And that is the end of row 22. You want to check and make sure you have 22 rows and that you're still working with 70 stitches. For row 23, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to turn your work. You're going to make 1 single crochet into the next 27 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27, and we're going to chain 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 31, 32, 33, and we're going to skip 33 stitches, and I already have my 33 stitches marked off. So where I have my stitch marker, I'm going to insert my hook there, and I'm going to make a single crochet into the remaining 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10, and that is the end of row 23. For row 24, chain 1 and turn and make a single crochet into the first 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10, and then you're going to make one single crochet in each of the chain stitches. So there's 33 chain stitches, and you're going to make one single crochet into each stitch. So we're going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 33. Make one single crochet into the remaining 27 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 27, and that is the end of row 24. For row 25, you're going to repeat row 10. You're going to chain 1 and you're going to turn your work, and you're going to make one single crochet into each stitch until you get to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 70, and that is the end of row 25. For rows 26 to 30, which is a total of 5 rows, you're going to repeat row 2, which is going to be single crochets. So repeat 5 rows of single crochets, and we'll meet back here at the end of row 30. At the end of row 30, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to fasten off. So now we're going to fold this in half and stitch the rough edges together. But before we go any further, I want to say that this pattern is completely customizable. You can add more rows. For instance, here I did 7 rows. You can do 8, 9, 10. And in the middle, you have to double that. So here I did 7 and I did 14. If you did 9, then you'll have to do 18 and 9 on the end. And that's it. So next, we're going to stitch it together. So now we're going to fold this in half, the right side facing each other. So this is the right side from where you started in row 1. And we're just going to fold it in half. And I'm going to work from the bottom edge here. And I have my needle already threaded, and you're going to put a slip knot, a loose knot at the end here. You're going to insert your hook through both pieces. And you're going to insert your hook into the knot, and that's going to secure that. And you're going to continue seaming. You're going to take this end and wrap it around the needle and pull that through. And you're going to repeat. Let's get that tail end out of the way. I'm going to go over. And you're going to repeat it this way all the way to the end. At the end here, you're not going to do anything special. You're just going to continue and working around the corner into the next stitch. So just going to go over here. And you're just going to repeat that all the way to the end. So you're going to continue seaming this way all the way down and around the top, and we'll meet back here. And we're now gonna just weave in this end. I already weaved in the others. And we just now we're gonna flip this inside out. And you have the iPhone. Put your iPhone in. And also works good for any phone, really. I have a Samsung phone here also. And you just created your very own iPhone pocket, and you can go ahead and make as many of these as you like to and give them as a gift or one for yourself. And just a tip, like when I made this in one go, but when I made this first one, I did 2 panels and I stitched them together. So if that's something that you want to do, definitely you can do that. But the stitch count is exactly the same. I figure with this one you have less stitching to do, which I know everybody likes. So that's it. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, share it, and I will see you in the next video.